I imagine a first loan and coming out and this new experience could be a bit of a baptism of fire, Lewis. How has it been getting in here and getting introduced, and how much does it help that somebody you know very well is already here?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I've played basically my whole academy life with Brad. So it's good for introductions, but the lads have all been brilliant with me. Met the manager, met all the coaches. Everyone's been lovely, to be honest. So no, I think the transition's been pretty smooth.
There's a little bit to go until the season starts.
Yeah.
Is that to your benefit that you get a little bit of time to get your feet under the table?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, we've got a couple of games before the actual season starts. Good to learn how the manager wants to play and where I fit into that. So yeah, definitely I think a couple of weeks before the season will do me good.
You mentioned Brad, of course. You guys have played together a lot. I imagine you've spent a lot of time together. You clearly complement each other on and off the pitch. Coming in to Accrington together, or at least you being a week or so behind him, can that help on both fronts? You know how he plays, but also off the pitch, you'll have a relationship.
Yeah, I think obviously it'll make both of our first loans easier having each other here, but I mean, we're both here to do a job, and I think we're both more than capable of doing it for ourselves. Obviously it helps, but I think we're both ready to go.
We hear a lot, or certainly I've heard a lot in a lot of years, from loan players about that first experience of being away from home for a long period and the sort of practical things that are nothing to do with football. Are you expecting this to almost be a watershed, a sort of coming of age situation, because you are on your own?
Yeah, I think so. Finding a house would be a good start. But no, I think obviously it's new environments, new place, new people, but I feel like I've been ready for this for a while, so I'm just looking forward to the challenge.
What kind of an impression has John Coleman made on you and this place now that you're here?
Yeah, I think it's a great club. I just want to come in, do my best, hopefully get as many League Two games under my belt as I can. John's been great with me, like helping me through, learning his philosophy, what he wants me to do, and I just hope that I can do what he asks of me.
He's talked quite a bit this summer about limited resources and not being able to bring in lots of players, and that puts pressure on him to get his loans right and get the right players in. Does that put pressure on you guys as loanees, or do you go, well, he clearly wants me and I'm going to be here and I need to make a difference?
No, I think the latter. We've all come in, we feel like we're ready to play at this level, and I think we'll prove John right for putting his faith in us.
How different do you expect League Two football to be?
Very, very different. I've watched my fair few League Two games, and compared to the 21s game, it is extremely different. But like I said, I feel like I've been ready to move to this for a while now.
I guess it'll be a learning curve, no matter how much you've watched. The physicality of it, the speed of it, is that something that you relish? Yeah,
I think I will always prefer a more physical. Like the quicker the game is, the more it suits me, I find. So I think the physical side of it will be better for me almost than 21s football.
I know that family support networks, those kind of things are really important to everybody, I think, in the world. You are a long way from home. When we're talking about league debuts and milestones and stuff like that, is there going to be a little minibus heading from Norfolk?
I'm sure there will be. There'll be cars coming from far, I'm sure. But yeah, my family have always been at games. Obviously, it's easier for them coming to Norwich than Accrington, but no, I'm sure they'll be here.
And just as far as, you've already said you want to play as much as possible, clearly you want to do that. A club that's just been relegated, does that make any difference to the decision-making process? Or do you just see it as League Two club, this is the level and I want to play at that level?
I think partly because it allows me to know that this club is of League One standard, and I think that shows to me that we're going to be hopefully in and around the higher end of the table, pushing for promotion. So I think that played a small part, but ultimately it was just when I met the manager, met all the staff, it felt like a good fit for me.
And we talked about being in with a bit of pre-season still to go. Yeah. How important are these remaining friendly games? I hate using the word friendly, but these warm-up games going to be for you to kind of get up to speed?
Yeah, I think it's more to learn how we want to play, try me in different areas, see what works best. I think I'll have no problem getting up to speed, and then hopefully, I'll find my place.
I guess these days in academy football and in under 23s, under 21s, whatever it's called these days, you'll get a grounding in lots and lots of things. Does that make you comfortable playing different positions, different systems, all those kind of things?
Yeah, I think I've come in and I feel like I have multiple positions I can play in. So I can fit into the 3-back, 4-back system quite easily. So I think that just allows flexibility for both me and the manager.
And I guess in the heat of battle in a men's football game, those changes might be made immediately. I suppose you've got to be very comfortable with that.
Yeah, no, I think, like I said, I'm quite intelligent football-wise, and I think I'll change between 3 and 4 pretty easily.
You go into a group of players, obviously we talked about being relegated, quite a lot of those players are still here, a few of the senior ones are still around. What kind of an impression has that group made early on you?
Yeah, no, the lads have been great. Really nice introduction, things like that. And they're professionals, like they know what it takes to play at this level and at higher levels. So I think just learning off of them wherever I can will help me get the information I need.